Good morning and welcome to my 7th quarantine yoga vinyasa flow. Today is going to be a really big hip opener, so get prepared for that and you won't need a prop for this class. So let's get started. Hey guys, so we're going to come to our mat in a seated position. So sit in a crisscross. Relax the sitting bones to the ground, roll the shoulders down and away from the ears, lengthen the spine, and close your eyes. Deep inhale, exhale, lengthen. Take this time to notice any tight areas in your body. Maybe some areas that you'd want to put a little extra awareness to today in this practice. On your next inhale, lean forward, keeping the back straight. Exhale, lean back. Keep your hands on your knees. And going with your breath, put this forward and backward motion. Keeping the spine as straight as possible. Maybe even lifting the knees freely. Just do whatever makes you comfortable here. Hinging from the hips and the waist. Your next lean back. Go ahead and switch legs on top. And then turn your forward and back into a circular motion. Go whatever way you feel at first, just keeping that spine straight and going in a full circle around your legs. And when you're ready, start going the other direction. Good. Extend your legs out in front of you, keeping your feet planted, bent, knees bent. Put your hands behind you to support your back. And then we'll just do a windshield wiper with our knees. It's going back and forth, keep pushing the chest open. Maybe you look the same way as the knees, or you send your gaze in the opposite direction for a mild twist. Really rolling over your glutes. If your glutes are sore, then you'll definitely really feel this one. Now together, let's move our knees over to the right side and bring your knees together and start doing a little circular motion on that right glute. Giving it a nice little massage, just balancing on the glute muscle and rolling it around. For extra pressure, maybe you lift the feet, put some extra weight. Go slower, as fast as you feel. And when you're ready, let's bring your knees over to the left. Bring your knees together. And then doing little circles on the left glute. Maybe you notice one is more tender than the other. And then lift the feet for some added weight, added pressure onto that muscle. Good. Go ahead and bring your legs to cross and come onto all fours onto your mat. So we're going to come into tabletop position. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. The tops of the feet are down to the ground. And we'll just start to take our hips side to side here. Start swaying them left to right. And then let's together hold on the right side. Maybe you shift your weight forward a bit so you really feel that stretch in the hip as it turns over. And then for an added pressure, cross the left knee over the right for some added weight. Hold here for one big inhale. Releasing, exhale. Good. And come back to tabletop position. Maybe sway it out a little bit. And then we'll send our hips over to the left. So keeping that spine straight, maybe shifting the weight forward so you create space for that hip to fall over. Go ahead and cross that right leg over your left. Feel the stretch in the glutes here that we just massaged. Feel them begin to open more. Good, one big inhale here. And relaxing exhale. So let's come back to center and we'll do a few cat and cows here. Start warming up that spine. Go ahead and inhale, look up, arch the back, shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, press against the ground, round the back, chin to chest. Then you can do a few at your own pace or follow me on your inhale. And exhale, cat. Rounding the back. Inhale one more time, look up, arch the back as much as you can, spreading your abdominal muscles. Exhale, round, pushing against the ground, spreading the shoulder blades apart. And now we're going to do some big hip rolls here. So go ahead and send your hips to one side and then forward and around. Go ahead and focus on releasing the tension on the outsides of the hips. And now let's change direction. Really pressing into each edge of this circle. And now we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward facing dog. Good. Press your hands into the ground here. Maybe pedal out your legs by bending one side and then the other, pressing the heels down. Try to bring your chest to your thighs, tailbone high. On your next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lifts, flatten the back. Exhale, fold chest to thighs. Inhale, roll up slowly. Sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your side. Pause here. You just pause to restore. Come back to the breath. Keeping everything strong. The quads are lifted, navel's in, shoulders are away from the ears. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank, lower down chaturanga for your vinyasa. Inhale, cobra. Forget the mobility in your back. Come up straight to up dog. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Now bring your feet a little bit together here, and we're going to do some circles with the hips. So by bending one knee in, circling it out, and then the other leg. Just alternate legs here, bending, circle out, right, circle out, left, circle out. Good, and now together we'll lift the right leg up on our inhale, and exhale, step it between our hands, lower the back knee, untuck those toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up above the head. Exhale, hands to the hips. So we're going to do a few lunges here. Just go ahead and feel it out. Buttocks muscles are heavy. Buttocks muscles are heavy towards the Let's do a few lunges here. And we're going to heel toe our foot out a little bit and start lunging over to the side. Start getting into these groin muscles a bit. And maybe even step out a little bit more. So you really get into these inner thigh muscles. Also still our hip flexors in this left hip crease. Good. You hold. If it feels good, plant your hands down to the earth and feel that stretch, that deep stretch here. Option to stay here or to lift the back leg up towards you. Go ahead and plant that left hand, twist open to your right and grab that left foot for a good quad stretch. Sinking into this posture, keeping the chest lifted, gaze over the right shoulder. Deep breath here. Good, release that back foot if you've had it up. If you've been holding this position, go ahead and come up a bit and do a couple just movements back and forth. Go ahead and bring your foot back in front of you for beginning lunge and do a few forward lunges. Good. Go ahead and frame that front foot. Bring that back knee up, step back into plank and go through your vinyasa down to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing. Good, find your breath. Inhale, bring your left leg up. Exhale, step it between the hands. Go ahead and lower that back knee and tuck those toes. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, hands on the hips. Buttocks muscles are heavy down to the ground. So you really feel this stretch. I'm tilting a bit. So you feel this stretch in this right hip crease. Go ahead and take a few forward lunges here. And a couple pulses. And then opening up it a bit. And a few side lunges. And then a full side lunge even further out. Go ahead and step that out. You hold it and you bring your hands down to the ground to really feel this stretch. Option to plant your right hand, look over the left shoulder, lift the back leg and grab your left leg. Really sinking into the stretch here, sending your gaze over that left shoulder if you're in a twist. Relaxing into this pose with every inhale, exhale. And when you're ready, go ahead and lower that back foot. Come back up into your lunge and do a few pulses here, back and forth. Go ahead and bring your foot back to center and do a few forward lunges here. Feel the difference in the leg. Go ahead and frame your front foot, step back into plank pose and lower down for your vinyasa. Down chaturanga, inhale cobra, cobra upward facing dog, exhale downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale, full, bring your chest to your thighs. Inhale, come fully up to standing, arms up overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, arms by your side. Now come to the side of your mat. We're going to take a wide-legged fold, forward fold. So ideally you'd like your feet to be about the length of your wrists. So ankles under wrist. Toes pointing forward or slightly inward. And we're going to inhale our arms up to lengthen. Bring the waist out of the hips. Exhale, hinge forward. Bring your hands to the ground. And go ahead and find your own dance here. Moving the hips side to side by bending one knee and then the other. Maybe even move your hips in like a figure 8. Releasing the head, the crown down to the ground. Maybe holding on one side and then the other. When you're ready, come to center. And place your hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Good. Now bring your heels in a bit so your toes are pointing outward. Bend the knees, bend the elbows up beside you for goddess pose. So you kind of have like a one integrated line from elbow to elbow, knee to knee. Go ahead and place your hands on your knees and pull your waist out of your hips. Pushing your knees apart, tailbone down, glutes are pulling towards each other. Go ahead and twist to the right by putting your left shoulder in, right shoulder back, gaze over your right shoulder. Relax down into your bends. Twisting from the spine. Really feel a spinal twist here as you lengthen out of the lower body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Pushing the knee out to the side. Sending your gaze over the left shoulder. Bring that left shoulder back away from the ears. And letting the tailbone be heavy down to the earth. We get this twist in the spinal muscles. Good. Inhale back to center. Straighten your legs. Toes point forward. Hinge from the hips. Wide-legged forward fold. Release the lower back down to the ground, down to the head. Go ahead and place your hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. You can put your fingers to touch, arms out like a T. Go ahead and bend your knees and jump your feet together. Good. Now let's meet at the back at the front of the mat. So we'll stand tall here. Quads lifted, navel in, shoulders away from the ears for mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, plank, go through your vinyasa, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So go ahead and walk your feet up to your hands a bit. So they're a little wide as the mat. Coming in a little wider. And start doing a couple sitting. You kind of sit a little bit behind you. Your toes might come up a little bit here, which is fine. Ideally, you want to get your chest between your knees as you bend. You can play along with the squat here, lifting the arms and then pressing back into the fold. So just do a few at your own pace here. Just warming up those hips. And then find your squat here. Maybe you step out a little bit more, maybe your heels come up, that's all fine. Keeping the hands on the floor. Go ahead and lean a little bit forward. So adjust as you need. We're gonna come into like a low crow here. So your elbow is actually going into this little crease here next to your knee. So your elbows are wide, legs are wide, and you're coming down low to the ground. You're pushing your knees apart, kind of like an elevated frog pose. So go ahead and get in this position, and together we'll hold for 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and sit back. Press into your hands, step your feet back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and bend your knees down to the earth. Send your hips back over your heels. Reach your arms forward for child's pose. Go ahead and bring your hands over to the right to stretch the left side body. We'll be here for 3 big breaths. Deep inhale. Now bring your hands over to the left for stretching our right side body for 3 more big breaths. Deep inhale here. And breathe into that side body. Go ahead and come back to center and come sitting all the way up. And we'll come back into a cross-legged position here. So go ahead and bring your left foot in close to the pubic bone, and your right foot is a little bit more out in front of you. You kind of want to make a straight line from your forehead down to this foot here. That's about the distance you want to be. So go ahead and inhale to lengthen here. Exhale, we'll fold forward over this leg. And you'll feel a really big stretch in the outer leg here, the outer right thigh. Try to bring the chest down to the earth, hinging from the hips. Try to keep the sitting bones planted on the ground. Don't lift your butt up too much. Try to keep those down. Sometimes it helps to push your hands into the ground to send those back. Go ahead and sit all the way back up. Now we'll be cradling our right leg, so go ahead and bring that into the chest. A couple options here. You can bring your elbows under the calf and then just slowly rock it side to side. Trying to bring the leg in as close to the chest as you can. If you have the flexibility in your hips, you can cradle the leg like so. Bringing the foot into the elbow and the knee into the other side. Just pulling that leg in, keeping your spine up straight, feeling the stretch in that hip area. And that's another little glute massage in a way. Go ahead and step the right foot on the outside of your left. Option to extend your left leg long or keep it bent. But you want to bring the right knee into the left shoulder area. Hug that in tight, and then we'll twist over to the right side. You can push against the ground to keep the spine nice and tall. And twist from the navel, bringing the ribs over to the side. Good, one more big breath here, deep inhale, releasing exhale. Go ahead and turn back to center. So extend the legs long out in front of you and shake them out. Now we'll do our next leg. Go ahead and hug that right foot into the pubic bone. Bring the left foot out right in front of it. Just as you need here, like you did with the last leg. Together, let's inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, reach out, fold over the legs. And you're really feeling the stretch in the left outer thigh here. As you reach forward. Go ahead and come all the way back up to center. Hug the left leg in, cradle it in. Either you bring your elbows under the calf and hug it in there and shake it side to side. You can shake it side to side like so. Or you can hug the left, bring the left knee into the left elbow, left foot into the right knee for a baby cradle. Just hugging the leg in as close to the chest as you can. Trying to keep a flat back as well, so you really feel a stretch in that hip area. Giving your butt a nice little massage. Release the left foot on the outside of that right leg. Hug the left knee into the right shoulder as much as you can. Lengthen the spine up and twist over to the left. Feeling the stretch not only in the legs but in the spinal muscles as you twist to the side here, bringing your ribs over to the side. Your gaze back. One more deep inhale here. Relaxing exhale. Good. Now release the legs out in front of you. Shake them out one more time. And then we'll come on our back. Go ahead and squeeze the knees in towards the chest. And then we'll do some circles here. So we'll separate the knees with your palms on your knees. And then just do some circles, wide circles here. Sending your knees out and back in together. Really just feeling a little massage on your lower back here as the lower back stays grounded to the earth. Go ahead and open the legs. Ground the left knee down to the earth. And then try to pull the right knee over to the side, but keep the left knee as close to the ground as you can. Just feeling the stretch and the release of the inner legs. Release more into the pose with every exhale. Go ahead and switch sides, bring the right knee down to the earth and the left knee over to the side as much as you can, feeling this resistance, but relaxing into the pose. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest for one more squeeze. Go ahead and do anything else your body is calling you to. You give yourself another little lower back massage by going in circles or just back and forth, staying on one side and then the other. Maybe you do butterfly position on your back, bringing your feet together and squeezing it in towards the chest. Just play around with what your body needs before we settle down. And when you're ready, go ahead and extend your legs long. Feet about the width of the mat. Feet can plop out to the side, arms out by your side, palms up, shoulder heads heavy down to the earth. Eyes closed. Facial muscles relaxed. And relax into Savasana. Go ahead and bring awareness to your body by taking a deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly. Feel the gentle incline and decline of the body with each breath. Go ahead and inhale, reach the arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Exhale, turn over to your right side using your right arm as a pillow. Plant your left hand, push against the ground to lift your body, come into a seated position. Thank you guys for practicing with me today. Hope your hips feel a lot happier. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you guys again. My next class will be on Sunday, and I would appreciate any feedback. So go ahead and message me or comment on my posts. Thank you.